What's up guys, Ryan here. Thank you for joining me for a new video. This one's absolutely crazy. I was lucky enough to get an interview with a viral TikTok star. He gained over 1 million followers in about 3 months' time. After that, guess what he did? He launched his own Shopify branded merchandise store using the Printful integration. So it fits right in with what we like to talk about and what we like to do on this channel. This interview is absolutely packed with value on TikTok, on print on demand, and on just how to start a business and thrive long-term in general. So I hope you enjoy this interview and we're gonna get straight to it. Hey guys, thank you for joining me for a new video today. I'm excited to be joined by TikTok royalty, my friend Giddi here. He's got over 1 million subscribers and I think, what'd you say, 3 to 5 million views a day? Is that what you said?
Yeah. At the moment, we're doing like 3 to 5 million views a day, bro. It's crazy. Like the growth on TikTok and like just the way things have taken off in the last like maybe 4 months is just insane. Basically, since the start of lockdown for like us in the United Kingdom, it was like March. That's when I started committing to TikTok fully. And yeah, about 3 to 5 million, sometimes 7 million. And then obviously, if something goes super viral, it's like it can be 20 million views a day from like all around the world. It's crazy.
That is crazy, man. And real quick, guys, if you haven't checked out his TikTok, go ahead. There's a link right here below. I'm going to also put it in the channel description. Also, just clarifying really quickly that like you can use the TikTok website if you don't want to install the phone app. I know there's been some mixed press lately about it. If you use the website, you're safe, right? You don't need to worry about installing the app. So just go show him some love. Check out his channel. It's great stuff. But dude, thank you again for being here, man. So excited to have you. And I was really hoping just to start, like the growth that your TikTok channel has seen in the past few months is crazy. Can you just share some secrets?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think the first thing is you gotta really wanna put content out on social media. You know, you gotta really want it. You gotta really want to entertain or whatever it is you do. You know, if you're giving information, it is, but you gotta commit to it. I think that's the most important thing. And like for me, when I was doing YouTube a year before, I was doing okay. Like I was receiving maybe 10,000 views a month, but nothing crazy. And I was like, let me just try this TikTok because you know everyone is talking about it. Like every single person says, "Oh, you on TikTok? You on TikTok?" So I just started posting a few videos and like literally the stuff I did on YouTube, and then they were just getting thousands and thousands of views a day, and then that turned into tens of thousands. And then lockdown happened, and I thought, you know what? Let's commit to this. And I was like, let's post 5 to 7 videos every single day, like in my niche, just funny prank videos, silly challenges, just like really lighthearted stuff. And the next thing I know, you know, it was getting like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. And then the followers, everything just started coming in. Like I had videos that started getting like 1 million views and then 2 million, and literally the rest is history. And I just keep going, 5 to 7 videos every single day.
Man, that is impressive. And 5 to 7 videos a day. So I was going to ask, like, what kind of cadence do you use to release content? So you feel like that's kind of the sweet spot, 5 to 7?
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you don't want to spam content. Like I hear like it's very pretentious. Like on Instagram, people say this, maybe even YouTube. They're like, you don't want to post more than 3 times or once a day on Instagram. Like it really doesn't matter. I think TikTok, because it's so new, they want you to post like so many videos because there's just not that much content on the app. And I think that's the thing. And, you know, like, I don't want to sound like Gary V, but I was listening to a lot of what Gary V said. That was actually my, my whole shift in jumping to TikTok and like committing to it and like forgetting about YouTube for now and just doing TikTok solely, because he was so hot on it. He said, like, if you're anyone, you know, an artist, an entertainer, a business like you, just get on TikTok and start posting. And people are like, oh, how many a day? And to answer your question, it doesn't matter. You know, I sometimes post 10 a day. You know, I've posted 12 videos a day. It really doesn't matter. You just have to, I think that the key is to be super niche in what you do and just target an audience. Like, so for me, it was all about comedy. So, but I go even deeper in comedy. So I don't do like sketches. I very rarely do that, or like stand-up comedy, like where I tell jokes or whatever, or stories. It's just prank videos and challenges, which is what people seem to like.
Yeah, those do well.
So yeah, they do really well. I mean, like, you know, my most viewed video now is at 70 million, just this one video. Woo! It's crazy. You know, it's very silly, you know, and it seems to be the more silly and like funny and lighthearted my videos get, the better they do. But just be super niche and like whatever you do. If it's your, so for example, if it's merch, and discussing drop shipping and stuff like that, and online retail, specifically talk about that. If it's like you're a lawyer giving advice, specifically talk about lawyer giving advice about a certain topic. Be super niche. And I think the algorithm just puts you in front of the correct people. It's so good at finding who the right people are for your videos, and that's what it's done for me. And it's just crazy. Like I've got people in USA, UK, Canada, India, all over the world, Australia, Japan. Like it's just crazy. They just watch my videos.
The global audience aspect really is like unique, or it's not really unique, I guess, because I guess YouTube videos are global, but that's really like crazy that you can, use this little device, hold it in your hand, hit a couple buttons, and then you've got a global audience. And I wanted to ask, you say like niche down, and that makes a lot of sense. That is advice that you'll hear, on pretty much any social media platform, especially when you're just starting out. But how are you indicating to the app, to TikTok, the niche that you're in? Is it just via hashtags, or is it, something else?
Bro, if I'm honest with you, I don't even use hashtags.
What?
I don't even use hashtags. I like, first of all, like, I mean, we can go really technical with, in this, and like, it might bore your audience. I don't know. It depends how specific they want to get. But like, you got to let the algorithm, it's basically these algorithms on YouTube, Instagram, they're so good at finding who the audience is for a specific video. So I don't want to deter the algorithm or try and sway it by saying like, I don't know, let's say if it's a baseball video. Sorry, I'm doing some kind of prank with a baseball or something, I don't know, or football, and I put hashtag football or hashtag baseball. It's too generic and you might sway the algorithm. What you really want to do is you want to let the algorithm put it out to a few people and then test it. See, like, okay, this kind of people, they like the video, right? They watched it for, 50% or 100% of it. We're going to now put this video to more of those kind of people, and just let it do its thing, because it's so good at finding who the right people are for your video that it just puts it in front of those people. It's like, on YouTube, when you watch when you're on your homepage, like you could probably spend all day on your homepage by clicking a video and then going back onto your homepage, because there's something always there for you to watch. Right. It's so good. It knows what kind of thing based on your search history and all the other basically all the data it's got on you. It's able to find you.
What's interesting too? There's I've seen, I don't have like the URL bookmarked, but I've seen there is a place you can go that YouTube publicly exposes that shows how their AI works. And you can go through any video and pause it frame by frame, and it will tell you exactly what it sees in this frame. Like, yes, it'll say parking lot, building, car, parking space, and it gives a percentage that it thinks that it identified that. So you can actually see like the machine learning working. And I assume TikTok is working relatively similar.
Very similar. This is the thing though, like, because YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, but every single social media app, Snapchat, TikTok, they're basically, the algorithms are all very, very similar. Obviously, YouTube's got their own patented algorithm, how they work, Instagram does, and all this kind of stuff. But the people, the engineers who create these algorithms, they're all using the same technologies and the same AI and the same strategies to put the right video in front of the right people to keep you on the app as long as possible. So they're all doing it. So basically, you could take this approach and put it on YouTube, put it on Instagram as well. But the thing is, TikTok specifically is so hot right now. That's why I'm specifically on TikTok, because there's like 800 million active users, but there's nowhere near enough people creating for the app. There's more spectators, there's viewers, there's users, but they're not making for the app. So when it gets a small indication of people are liking this kind of video, it will, and if it's good content, it will blow up, and they'll put it in front of everyone on this thing called the For You page. It works slightly different. Like, there's no homepage, but yeah, it like you say, it takes all these different things. Like, it will look at the facial expressions in the video, whatever is going on in the video, and it'll be like, okay, there's loads of cars, or there's loads of watches, or there's people in suits. Okay, we got to put it in front of people that like maybe fashion and suits, or there's loads of cars. This is car, sports cars content. Let's put it in front of those kind of people. So it uses that as well, because they're all very similar. That's my point. They're all working in the same kind of way, but it's just TikTok is so hot right now. There's not enough users creating for the platform.
It's a great distinction to make. I really appreciate that you pointed that out, that it's very easy to be comfortable, doing what people call lurking online, where you're constantly consuming content. But to really get serious about business, and we're going to shift this interview also to talk about the business side of things.
Sure.
But like, to get there, you do have to kind of make the decision one day to be proactive, to take the step to produce content, especially if growing a social media following is going to be a part of your plan, which, on my channel too, I've spoken publicly about really just trying to deter people from that being a core part of their plan, just because, like you're saying, like not just putting out content, but quality content that is getting people to engage with it. That's not easy, right? Or would you say it's easy? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. It's like, you want to put out good content, but it's not like, I think people get confused. Like, I'll be super honest. Like, how honest do you want me to be here? You want me to be super honest?
Yeah, please.
You got to put out, forget high quality production. Like, you can do, so people I think get very stuck and like they're on hold because they feel like they don't have the Sony number 3. What was
Sony A6400. That's what I use.
That's the one. Or a Canon M50. I don't know, they don't have all these top cameras, whatever they are. Like, I've got a Canon M50, but then there's the top. But I spent a lot of money on that for YouTube. But listen, if I'm honest with you, people get hold up when they think of quality. They think of high production value stuff, and I think that's not the right way. Yes, I compose my videos. If you see on TikTok, I compose them with nice lighting, nice framing. But like, a quick YouTube video can get you that knowledge of like how to compose things nicely with nice lighting and nice framing. And I think the most important thing is just get your bloody iPhone. Just get your iPhone and start filming. That is the most thing. I think the most important thing is execution. It's all about execution. You just have to do. Stop worrying about what people think about you, and oh, are people not going to like it? Or what are my friends going to think? What my family going to think? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, all my friends think I'm weird. And like, they're like, what's Gideon doing? But like, now they see like, oh, he's got 1.1 million followers, and like, he's got brand deals, and like, oh, he's selling merchandise, and like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, now they're like, oh, wow, he's making money from it. And they're all like, okay, it's pretty cool. Like, it's not so weird or cringy. That's the word I get a lot. Cringy anymore. Everyone's like, you're so cringy, or like, you try too hard in your videos. Like, forget all of that. Forget what people say and just execute, and literally get your iPhone. Like, an iPhone 6 upwards is fine, or even an iPhone 5. Selfie camera, or front or the back camera, and start filming. Just compose yourself nicely. But when I say good quality content, I think this is the most important thing. It's being niche. Don't just be like, okay, I like guitars, I'm going to make videos on guitars. I like to talk about business, I'll talk about business stuff. Oh, I like to also talk about football and then do a bit of gaming. And like, don't do that, because that's not quality content. That's going to confuse the algorithm. Pick something and go super niche and be consistent. And it is hard work. Like, it's not easy doing 5 to 7 videos a day. Like, it's a lot of struggles. Like, I've like, oh, come on, let me do this prank on you, or like, oh, let me do this. There's been arguments, and it's like, oh, and there's got to edit the video, and then you want to keep up with YouTube and Instagram, so you got to do YouTube and Instagram too. So it is a hustle, it's a grind, but you got to put that work in. If you don't put it in, you won't get it. Like, I've grown to 1.1 million in 4 months, because every day I was 5 to 7 videos, being super niche and super relevant and trending as well. That's very important as well. My videos are all very trending and very relevant in what my audience want to see. I won't be like, I'm really interested in guitars. You see a guitar on my wall, I'm not going to talk about guitars or like play a song for them, because they'll be like, oh, that's cool, but it's not really for them. Maybe when I'm at 10 million, you can do that kind of stuff. Right. People like you a bit more. Right. You've got people's attention a bit more. But I think for now, just give them what they enjoy. And they love me doing like funny prank videos and challenge videos and silly vlogs. So I just give them that, and it's working. It's good fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, it's definitely like extremely high quality advice coming from a source that's proven that they know what they're talking about, man. And that's what I love to put out on this channel. So, and like I personally, like, I experimented with TikTok. My girlfriend and I, we had a shared account, and we just put like chihuahuas on it. Basically, we just always would put videos out of our dogs, and that kind of like helped me learn the platform a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was mainly for fun. And I've toyed around with the idea of putting out some content from my YouTube videos, and I've experimented. And I actually had some people reach out to me yesterday, said they found me on TikTok, and I was like, I forgot that I put out the first few videos.
Yes.
So I need to get back into the swing of things and just make
but
that.
Here's the thing: you don't need to put your business stuff on there. Like, say you love dogs and stuff like that, you could put dogs on there. Like, there's so many, bro. There's so many. I've seen so much stuff. There's so many religious channels to do with the church. There's people who talk specifically about like watches and like the movements in what, like, very, you can go super niche on anything. People talk about like just trainers. People talk about like anything. Like, you can niche down on any passion, like plants. Like, you like plants, great. TVs, whatever it is, tech. Just put it out there, and they will find your audience for it. So like, you don't have to. If people are thinking like, oh, I'm not that popular, like I don't have a popular idea or a trending idea, like just find something that you're passionate about and stick to that, and it will find the relevant people for you. Obviously, something like, you know, entertainment and comedy is going to be huge because everyone loves comedy, but that doesn't mean that if you're super niche, like I don't know, talking about a specific style of Chinese crockery or I don't know what, they will find those relevant people who enjoy certain Chinese crockery or whatever it is, or a certain specific style of music. You know, people, they'll find you. There's everyone out there to listen to your voice and your passions. That's my point.
And you can make more than one account and swap between them pretty easily, I noticed. So you could have like 2 separate niche accounts, right?
The thing, well, here's the thing. Basically, they say if you can have 2 accounts, but have them on different phones. Apparently, TikTok doesn't like it if you have 2 different accounts on one phone, because they think you're like a business. And then they're like, oh, well, if you're a business, you need to pay for certain things, and they maybe restrict your exposure. But that's the thing. Don't be like a business. I'm saying to you, you can give business advice. Like, that's absolutely fine. And like, you know, if you're a lawyer, or if you're I don't know, a new clothing company, or selling cars, whatever it is, you can be a business, and it's very clear, but talk to people like humans. That's the point. Don't act like a business. Just engage and speak to people like real people, and show what you have to offer and how you can benefit them, and you'll do really well. Like, it's that simple. But yeah, don't have 2 accounts on. I heard this. Don't have 2 accounts on one phone. Apparently, you should have it on 2 different phones. It confuses it. I don't know. I don't take that risk. Apparently, people have messed up on that.
That's good advice. Thank you for sharing that. And
also,
so now why don't we use this as a good pivot? So to talk about, because on my channel, I do talk quite a bit about how to research and sell your own merchandise to, you know, massive audiences. Now, my typical recommended approach is to carve out a piece of what I call internet real estate on the major e-commerce marketplaces like Amazon, Etsy, Redbubble, eBay. There's a long list of places that you want to be if your sole purpose is just to sell a t-shirt that people are willing to buy. But you are the rare breed that is really successfully running your own brand of apparel and using the sales channel that I always say is, you know, probably the most amount of effort and the hardest to do successfully, but you are doing it. So this is a great pivot to just, I don't know, can you just tell us a little bit about how you started, you know, your own line of merchandise and how you've driven some people to your website and, you know, converted them into customers?
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, I wish I was as successful as you're saying, Ryan, but I've had a small bit of success, you know, for my numbers. But yeah, basically, I remember like a couple of months ago, when was it? I think it was Christmas. And I was like, I want to start my own clothing line, you know, and a brand to go along with everything that I do that sort of fits the whole personality and the whole style of my videos and the whole vibe. And I was just researching about, you know, selling merchandise, and I came across your videos. And it was going into a lot of detail, which was really good. Like which brands to buy. Like, so for example, this t-shirt right now I'm wearing, this is one of my merch. This is Gildan. I think it's, oh God, it's the classic one. You know the number of it. What's
64,000. That's the one I like, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I watched your videos where you're saying like you like it because it's like kind of tight fit and like, you know, you just worked out in the
Yeah.
gym. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that fit as well. So, and then you also talk about the Bella Canvas t-shirt. I think it's the
Yep.
3001, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you were saying, look, these are the kind of good t-shirts, you know, especially the Gildan, because I think it's the most inexpensive. And then you were talking about hoodies, the 18500 hoodie, and then a few others. And you were just saying, you know, you can do all of this through Shopify and you can integrate different stores. And I think you were going through different drop shipping companies like Printful. I can't remember all of them.
Printify, Gear Bubble. There's so many now. There's so many.
Exactly, all these Etsy and all these different stores, and you just integrate it to your Shopify. You know, you buy the domain, and then there were tutorials that you also showed on how to set all of this up. So yeah, I was like, wow, it's that easy. Like you don't need in today's modern world, like I don't know how it used to be a 20-man team. Like I
You're
am
right.
not the most technical person. I'm really not. But like, guys, do the research. Watch this guy. Watch many other YouTubers like Ryan, you know, who go into such detail and give all this free advice, like how to set this stuff up and do it. Just be a doer, execute, just crack on and do it. And yeah, it takes a good couple of hours. It takes some research. It takes some thinking into going to maybe your designs, but just do it. How badly do you want it? And you want to get it done, just do it. And yeah, so I set the Shopify store up. I integrated it with, I use Printful. Is it Printful?
Yeah, Printful. That's my recommended platform.
Yeah, so I use Printful. They are expensive. This is the only downside. If I'm honest, they are expensive. So, you know, your margins are a little bit smaller. But the great thing about Printful, I found, is they are super hands-on with everything, like with regards to like taking back, just shipping, like, you know, it's drop shipping. You don't own anything. And like, they're very, you know, with emails and text to say to your customer, it's on its way. Here's your tracking number, which is really good. It makes you seem so legitimate and professional, which is what you want. Obviously, you want to give a good customer experience to your people, to all my fans, or everyone who buys my merchandise. So like, I use them, and they're amazing. Like I actually haven't had any problems with them, and I basically sell the classics. So like, I do the Gildan t-shirts. I got the hoodies. I've got the hats as well.
Nice,
You
nice.
know, thank you. That's my
That's
brand.
sick, man.
Is it the other way around?
No, that
Is it
works.
showing
Yep.
correctly? Oh yeah, that's visionary. So basically, you know, Giddi Gang is everyone who is who basically fucks with my content, who enjoys it, who like watches it. That's who we are. We're the Giddi Gang. And then obviously, if you're in the Giddi Gang, you're visionary. That's the whole point. Like, and visionary was quite close to me because it means to literally visualize and put into reality, you know, have big ideas and then execute on them, you know, make a plan and go out and do it. And that's what I'm doing with everything that I'm doing on social media. And that's why I thought, let's just call it visionary.
No, dude, I
That's
love
what
that.
it is, you know.
I was watching your
And then
videos
that's our
when I saw
logo.
that spoke to me, man. I need one of those hats. I'm gonna have to buy one from you because like that's seriously, that's how I feel too, man. It's like it starts with an idea. You know, sometimes if there's a specific goal you want to achieve, reverse engineer it and then chop it up into bite-sized chunks and just chip away at it every day. Just take action. I mean, it's the most common advice you'll hear anywhere, but literally it's the most valuable advice you could ever hear is just to get going.
And I wanted exactly. And I wanted the brand, like this was the other thing. I wanted to be authentic to me. I didn't want to just make something up. And I was like, okay, like, so I'm Giddi. This is the gang, Giddi Gang. That's who we are. But it's like, who are we as a people? What do we stand for? Like, what am I all about in my videos? Like, just do you, be visionary. That's what it's all about. You don't care what anyone thinks about you, and just do yourself. And people will gravitate. The correct people will gravitate and come towards you. You know, who like you. That's the most important thing. And yeah, as I say, have the vision in your head, and then create the plan, and then most importantly, execute on it. Just do, and don't care what people think about you. Stop worrying. And yeah, that's why I call it.
Have some fun, right?
For me, I wanted to be authentic and have fun on the way.
Right.
Absolutely, bro. I've had so much fun.
You have a lot of fun in your videos, it looks like.
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely.
Cool, man. Well, hey, that is world-class advice, and it's very close to my heart, man. My journey was very similar. Like the first day I sat down and said, you know what, it's time to stop putting off YouTube. I am not going to sleep until the first YouTube video on my channel is done. It took 8 hours. I got to bed at like 2:30 a.m. and I had work the next day. But you know what, man? It was like that milestone was checked off, you know? And then from there, it just only gets easier. So I can relate.
Exactly, man. It's just the hard work. And I think a lot of people tell themselves they want to do it. That's great. Like, you know, you're enthusiastic. But then suddenly when it starts getting tough, they quit. and then they have second thoughts, and then all the outside negative interference comes in. And this is the most important thing. You just have to forget about that and do the research, get the information from people like you, from other YouTubers, because that's the thing, it's all out there on the internet. Well, do it, just go on Google. Oh, you don't know how to edit videos? Okay, go watch someone on YouTube. Just type in how to edit videos.
Yep.
It's really not hard. It's really not hard. How do I start my merch store? Okay, Ryan popped up, click. Ryan says this is a decent t-shirt, he's wearing it. He says that's the most popular one, it's the cheapest, great. Add that one to the list. He said it's good quality, you know, like it's that simple, great. So Giddi and I pick these hoodies, I pick these t-shirts. And then, you know, you show me how to put the photos on, you show me how to implement it all. And, you know, I bought the domain. I think there was a video I saw on yours about buying domains, and there was many other people I watched. So you go out and do, and then next thing you know, you do it. But then the most important thing is to actually start generating some stuff. I put my link shopgiddigang.com in my TikTok bio, and I integrate my merchandise into my videos, like with different things like challenges to like win the merch. And we're always wearing it. Like if it's me, my girlfriend, my sister, my mom, my dad, like whoever's in my videos, my mates, like we're always wearing the merch, and we're always creating around the merchandise, which is really important. And that helps, you know, people. It's just the talking point round the product or service you're selling, right? And that helps bring people to my website. And you know, I get a lot of traffic. Like it's crazy for my numbers. Like I don't do any social media ads. It's all from TikTok and my Instagram bio. So I get a lot of traffic, and then, you know, some of them close, and, you know, they go through to checkout, and I see they bought, and then, you know, I make a big deal about them. I message them for that customer care. Like I say like, oh, hi, I saw you cop the merch, brilliant. And I'm like, don't forget to DM me pics on Instagram of you repping the merch, you know, show me some lifestyle shots. So, you know, our sign is this, that's V for visionary, right?
Okay.
That's our sign. And I'll say like, you know, do some signs like this, you know, whatever, out and about. And then I will put them in my TikTok videos. I'll put them on my Instagram pages and shout them out, you know? So it's like, we're one family, we're one unit. And, you know, they like this as well. This helps. So, you know, it's just that extra customer care as well, and being smart, which has helped me, and it's made me have a few sales from.
Yeah, man, that is seriously like next level thinking. So, I mean, not only wearing the merch, but you know what I mean? It's you wear the merch so that it's not like a blatant, hey, go buy my merch, you know, like Jake Paul does. He wrote a song about buying his merch. Instead, you just kind of authentically integrate it into the videos, generate some interest, and then really make customers feel special. And, you know, it's kind of like a mutually beneficial thing, where if they're proudly wearing the merch and taking some nice quality photos and you get to feature them, you know, everybody wins. And that's brilliant, man.
Yes.
That's
exactly. I think that's the most thank you. I mean, I think that's the most important thing, just like integrating it nicely. And it's what I do with all brands. Like I had a brand deal 3 days ago with this editing app, and you know, the way they said to me, you know, and this is typical of any business, because business, you know, these business people, they're so business minded. They're like, you know, sales, push the selling points. And they're like to me, Gideon, I want you to say this feature of the app, this feature and that feature. And I'm like, look, guys, the best way to do this is let me incorporate it. Let me put it into the app. So, you know, I do this video where I smash my girlfriend's laptop, which she uses for editing. And then I'm like, no, don't worry about it. And she gets all mad. And I say, look, it's okay. All you got to do is go over, get XYZ app. And then you can, you know, have on the go mobile phone editing. And you got to incorporate it nicely, instead of just saying, hey guys, got this new app. Here it is. Like, you got to incorporate it. And that's what I try to do with the merch. But mind you, speaking of like, I think you mentioned Jake Paul, and the thing is, you know, he does, I've seen how he does it. He uses a lot of aggressive marketing tactics, but a lot of them work. But then I think when you're at his level,
right,
you can make a song, being honest, you can make a song about your product and service and sell it, and you know, your audience are going to enjoy it because he's at that level. Whereas if I were to do it at, you know, my level, maybe it comes across as a bit too obvious and a bit, oh, you're just trying to push your product or service. But I think at his level and his brother's level, I think they kind of reached a level where they can push a lot of product, because you see, they've done such a great job of integrating it into the culture of their videos, you know, which is very smart. It's very smart. And I think from an outside perspective, it seems aggressive and it looks very, very aggressive. But in actual fact, the audience, they see it as, how do I explain this? They see it as something that it's just natural. They see it as natural. Like,
that's a good point. They normalized it. They did.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It's very normal. It's not, from an outside perspective, be like, oh my God, wow, this guy's pushing a lot of his merchandise. He really wants to sell. But then to the audience, it's part of the whole culture of the video and style and vibe about pushing, you know, plugging your merch all the time and repping the merch every single day and you know, always plugging and all the different things that I've heard them say in their videos. It's part of the culture, which has worked very well. It's integrated well. But it takes a lot of time to do that. You don't just do that like that. You have to build what's called the brand equity. You build that up, as Gary Vee famously says. You gotta speak and entertain and give value to your audience for a long time. Then they have that trust and rapport with you, and you can do things like the way they do in their videos because they built that up over time. It's like sorry to go on a tangent, but who's the makeup girl? Is it Kylie Jenner or
I think it's like that whole family, honestly. I think Kylie might be the one that was a billionaire, but now I think she lost billionaire status, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, I think it is Kylie. It's Kylie. Yeah, I'm looking here. It's Kylie Cosmetics. So Kylie Cosmetics, people are like, wow, you know, she's just selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of makeup. And people are like, how does she just do this? And this is the point I'm making. She didn't just do this. She's built her brand equity over time by giving value to her audience through years and years, the whole Kardashian family, through the whole keeping up with the Kardashians, through every single Instagram story, every Snapchat post, every Instagram post. Her audience are like, oh, I love this girl, and they're getting what they want from Kylie. If it's her selfie picture, if it's all the clothes she wears and shows off the stuff she likes. But that was built up through time, and now she's ready to essentially monetize and create a product, and that was her makeup line. And yeah, she's going to have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of sales, but it didn't just happen like that. And that was the point I'm making. You got to build this stuff up. So I'm at the very start of my stuff, and hopefully in, I don't know, 2 years from now, I'll also have hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of pounds worth of sales because I'm building it up. I'm building the rapport, the relationship, and the customer loyalty and the fan base, you know, with my audience. Just build by going live, talking to them, replying to their comments, DMing them all the time. They're DMing me, and just engaging with them, shouting them out. And
great advice. Basically, you're saying it's going to require hard work. There's no shortcuts to achieving really any success. I mean, seriously, it's like in my mind, I have a couple mantras that I repeat to myself. Like one of them is something similar to what you were saying earlier, which is make it work for you. In my mind, I always say, make it work for you. You know, it's better to do something than to do nothing. So if I can get a video out that's like 80% quality out of 100%, it's still better to put out the 80% than 0. And the other one is be about it. I always tell myself, like, be about it. You know, like if I'm gonna build a YouTube channel, like take it seriously, put out videos regularly, treat it like a job. The same thing. There's no shortcuts, right? If this is something that's important to me, put in that hard work, you know?
Definitely, man. There's no shortcuts. Like you got to put in the hard work and you got to want it. It requires so much of your time. It requires so much of your energy. So you have to fully commit to it and, you know, be consistent, you know, listen, like people give up because they've been doing it 10 minutes. And by 10 minutes, I mean, like maybe 6 months, like give it some time, trust me. And, you know, if something's not working and you're not seeing the results, switch something up, you know, you innovate, see what's working, see who your competitors are, who else is doing what you're doing, see what they're doing and see what works, and then do what they're doing because it works, but do it in your own way, in your own style. It's that simple, you know. And I think hard work is very important, but what's more important is something called, which no one talks about, is smart hard work. Smart hard work. That's what it's about. So it's like, do I make videos on YouTube which take so long to make and edit, you know, and my organic reach is just nowhere near as much, or do I make these on TikTok where I can then bring the audience over to YouTube and Instagram as I've been doing, where it's okay, they're shorter, so they're maybe not as impactful, but the organic growth is just crazy. Be smart about it. So I switched and I stopped YouTube and I went to TikTok, and it's really that simple. So smart hard work, I think, is so important. Yeah, that's
Dude,
very important.
the value that you're sharing right now is tremendous. I mean,
Of
seriously,
course,
like
of
this is
course,
crazy because
have to.
what you just said, it seems so obvious when you hear it from you, but if I
I
was doing
know.
it myself, I'd probably still be like banging my head against the wall, trying to make YouTube happen, and overlooking TikTok, which is screaming at me to like, or I mean, I've heard it from friends and other people like Gary Vee and whatnot about the
Yeah.
organic growth potential there. So
Crazy. I mean, it's just so crazy, TikTok. And listen, don't be. There's a lot of stuff in the news about TikTok, about China. I don't know, taking people's data and information and feeding it back to the Communist Party of China. Listen, what do you think every single social media app does? They take your data. That's the trade-off. It's just how it
we're
is.
not as public
Whether
about it here in America, though. You're not supposed to tell people that. They're supposed to pretend like we don't know.
Exactly. I don't live in dreamland. Google, who are the American corporations? Google, Facebook. So Facebook own Instagram, WhatsApp. They have your data and they share it with other companies. It's what they do. It's signed in. It's in the terms and conditions. Listen, that's the trade-off. You want to WhatsApp someone instantly and or go on video and Facebook chat with someone or WhatsApp and have that quick, instantaneous, real-time efficiency. The trade-off is you're most likely going to have to share your search history and other information on. That's what it is. So TikTok's not doing anything different. Welcome to 2020. And if you don't want that, get off social media.
Yeah,
Don't do it. But don't be dissuaded by people, the news about TikTok, or I don't know.
there's a saying. It's like if there's no product, then you're the product.
Basically, yeah, it's
Yeah.
free. Instagram. You open an Instagram account and or a TikTok account, and look at me, 3 to 5 million people. I don't pay anything for that. To get 3 to 5 million views, I'd have back in the old day, I'd have to pay I don't know, those monopolistic TV networks
Yep.
millions and millions of dollars. It's a whole new world. That's the great thing about social media. It's a whole new world to it's all about personal branding, to create your own personal brand. And I say personal branding because it's not a company, it's about individuality, who you are, and then a certain group of people. It's almost like a cult following. I know cult following has a bad thing with it, but that's basically what it is. And it's a huge group of people who enjoy what you do, the information you give or the entertainment you give. And through social media, you can do that, and you can sell your own, like I look at myself when I sell hoodies. I'm basically competing with Nike. I'm competing with Adidas. I'm competing with, because basically these people could have gone and bought a Nike hoodie. They could have gone and bought a Ryan hoodie. But they don't. They've gone and bought my hoodie. I've taken from your business. They were clearly in the market to buy a hoodie, and they bought from me. But look what Nike had to do to build that. And look what Adidas, and look how much money they had to spend in marketing campaigns. Yet we can do this through TikTok. We can do it through Instagram. We can do it through YouTube. And it can be way more personal. So it's going to be more effective and powerful. But as I say, you've got to give you've got to give yourself, you've got to commit to it, be open, be honest, and show who you are. And when you do that, the people will gravitate towards you. And if they like you, they'll stick around with you. And you can build your personal brand over time. As I say, look what Kylie Jenner's done. Look, you mentioned Jake and Logan Paul. I think they might be some of the best people who have done it in terms of personal branding.
Mm-hmm.
He admitted I think he said, whether or not it's true, but he said he has sold about, I think Jake said he sold about $35 million worth of merchandise. I mean that's
look at his YouTube subscribers alone, man. It's crazy.
Exactly. And then Jeffree Star, are you aware of Jeffree Star on YouTube?
Yep. Yeah.
I think he sold over $50 million worth of makeup.
His
James Charles.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. His exactly. James Charles, another one. And there's many more people. There's huge personal trainers out there who are selling workout courses. And it's all because their audience is buying into who they are. They really enjoy them. And they don't want to listen to, I don't know, whoever else it is from the more corporate world, because this is more personal. It's more one-on-one, and it's more relatable. That person enjoys that person, and authentic. Exactly. And then through the power of social media with TikTok and Shopify, you can then get your product or service across. And that's what I'm seeing, and it's working, and it's just crazy. We're living in a crazy time right now.
For real. It's more accessible than it ever was in the past, man. But hey, thank you. I think I've used enough of your time. I'm sure you got videos to get to.
I do.
Giddi, man, the future is bright for you and your brand and the Giddi gang. You've got at least one member of the Giddi gang, and I'm sure there's going to be a few more.
Bro. Appreciate
Hey
that, man.
guys, show him some love in the comments too, and check out his TikTok. Like I said, I've got a link in the description. But hey, man, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else you'd
No,
like to
thank you
say
for
before
having
we go?
me. No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate that. And guys, I guess I've said enough, but it's all about execution. Don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about the production value of your videos or even your website that you create. Just start, and then when you get a bit more money, buy better equipment if you need to. But I don't think you need to. I think you just need to execute and just do. That's the most important thing. So just get out there and do, and have fun with it. That's it.
Hey,
Do
great
what I have to say.
advice. Great advice. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
again for being here, Giddy. And yeah, man, I'm
Thank you
gonna
for having
be
me.
watching your TikToks, and yeah, I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you so much. Cheers, Ryan.